Howdy howdy, my name is John, and this video is the book addiction tag. I was tagged by Carrie over at Very Literary Carrie, and of course, she's the reason for these lava lamps, so, go thank her for those. That's the only reason she tagged me in this, so that she could see the lava lamps. Question number one, what is the longest amount of time you can comfortably go without picking up a book? The answer to this question depends on what you consider a book. It's hard for me to go more than a day without reading something, but sometimes I'm like reading an article on the internet or picking up a magazine and reading it. To actually read a book, sometimes it can be several days. Although now that I've started my booktube channel, usually I read in a actual book every day now. Question number two. How many books do you carry on your person, physical or device, at any one time? Well, I'm not really an e-reader, so I don't really have books on my phone, and I'm a guy, so I never have a book on me. Question number three. Do you keep every book you buy, receive, or are you happy to pass them on to make space for more? When my parents passed away, I decided on the books that I wanted to eventually read, and then I donated to thrift shops the ones that I did not want to read and my brother did not want to read. I found that process so unpleasant, actually giving away books, that I've not done it since. I really need to, I just haven't made myself do it yet. Question number four. How long would you spend in a bookshop on a standard visit? Again, I'm a guy. Maybe half an hour to an hour if I'm pushing it. Question number five. How much time per day do you actually spend reading? This really just depends on the day. Some days I have important man stuff to do, and so I don't really get a whole lot of reading done those days. And I found that now, even when I do have the whole day to read, I really can't read all day long. I'm getting old, and it's hard for my body to stay in a reading position for long periods of time. And my eyes start to cross. So I don't know how much time I actually spend reading when I read all day long. Question number six: where does the task, picking up a book, appear on your daily to-do list? Honestly, the answer to that question depends on how close I am to the deadline of when I need to finish the book. The closer it is, the more I read. Question number seven. How many books do you reckon you own in total, including ebooks? Have you seen my bookshelf tag video? Question number eight. Approximately how often do you bring up books in conversation? Now, I know this is going to come as a surprise to most of you, but I really don't talk all that much, so statistically speaking, never. Question number nine. What is the biggest book, page count, you have finished reading? The answer to this question depends on whether or not this first book that I'm going to show you actually counts. This book is the bind-up of the 3 novels in the Dragonlance Chronicles trilogy, and they're annotated, so I'm going to count this because it's not just a bind-up of the novels. There are author's notes in the margins. This is definitely not the book that you want to read the first time you read the Chronicles because the annotations do contain spoilers. This book comes in at 1,310 pages. If that book doesn't count, then I'm going to go with The Stand by Stephen King. The page count in it is 1142. Question number 10. Is there a book you had to get your hands on against all odds? Search bookstore, online digging, stalked author, etc. There is one book that I had a copy of at work, and when I left my job, I left that book there. And I'd like to have a copy of my own. It's Induction Machines, and it's by Philip Alger. This book was really helpful while I was working. It's a very deep design book on electric motors, and I have searched eBay and all of the other usual places to find books, and the copies I've found have been really expensive, so at some point I would like to pick up a copy of this book. Question number 11. Is there a book you struggled to finish because you refused to DNF? I doubt this will surprise anyone, but it's The Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger. That book annoyed me on page 1. First of all, I didn't DNF it because, one, it's a fairly popular book and it's fairly short. So, I gritted my teeth and got through it. But wow, did that book get on my nerves. Question number 12. What are 3 or some of your main book goals for 2021? The first one is I would like to be able to read more books in a month. I got a little out of practice of reading, so I need to kind of strengthen my reading muscles. The second one is I would like to read more of the books that I already own. Have you seen my bookshelf book tag video? The third one is I would like to be able to complete series that I'm in the middle of. 13. Have you ever had the privilege of converting someone into a reader by inspiration or your incessant nagging? I do have one friend, and he has been inspired by the buddy read that I have with another friend of mine, and he's actually going to join us hopefully sometime soon. We haven't started reading that book yet. And here again, he's not the strongest reader. He has read books kind of in the past based off of my encouragement, but of course he'll read a little bit and then he won't read. So we'll see if it sticks this time. We already have bets on how long he's going to last. Question 14, describe what books mean to you in 5 words. I'm starting to get a little bit of a reputation on BookTube for the brevity of my book reviews. So instead of 5, I'm only going to pick 2. Education and entertainment. Now I want to tag some people. First, I want to tag Koopel from Koopel Books. Next, I want to tag Jeremy Fee. Third, I want to tag Ian from B&B Books. Finally, I want to tag Pay from Attention. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.